Uh-huh.
Okay, so first of all, I'd like to know why did you decide to get the coaching?
Because it's kind of frustrating to uh, know what you're telling in your videos, but yeah, the lack of improvement, I guess.
hmm So you've been watching my videos for some time, but you haven't really been able to like apply the things I talk about there, or?
Um, Actually, I did. I was watching your videos a long time ago, but um, yeah, I have an improvement done, but I want to reach at least Diamond 2, at least.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
yeah, I was Platinum 4. Yeah, thanks your content, I'm Platinum 2. My peak was P2 95 LP, and then I
Okay.
dropped.
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, okay. So what do you think your biggest weakness is then at the moment?
Mm, I think late game and itemization.
Mm-hmm. Okay, but what's the problem with atomization? I mean, I also made a video about that.
Yeah, I know, I've seen that. In my last game, for example, uh, or the game before, I've got so hard fed early.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know what to buy. I've bought Gunblade. Not Gunblade. How's it called? Hextrack Rocket Belt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you should
In
always buy that.
Yeah, I finished that in 6 minutes.
Yeah, that's
Um,
insane.
yeah, and after my second bag, I could have already finished Death Cap.
Mm-hmm.
That's how insane fat I was. And Death Cap is equally, for me at least, equals a lot of damage, right? And I had
Mm-hmm.
10 stacks on Dark Seal, so it amplifies the percentage of the Death Cap. So I bought Death Cap second, for
Mm-hmm.
example, and I don't know if that's
I also do that
correct.
sometimes. Yeah, it's fine. Like you gotta think about it in this way. Of course, death cap is the most damage. Usually, it's very difficult to build it second because it's just like very expensive components as well, right? Like, but if you ever manage to get it as a second item, it's never really gonna be bad. The only thing is, of course, that it has no utility, right? Like items like Nashor's and Lichbane, they have some utility. Nashor's gives you a lot of attack speed. Yeah, attack speed, and Lichbane gives you like movement speed, ability haste, and ability haste, both of them now as well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So of course you're missing that, but it's like Rabadon's of course so much damage that it definitely makes up for it. It's just usually you don't go for it as a second item because it's of course way too difficult to get like these 1.25k items in the early.
Yeah.
Okay, but I mean, do you feel like you often actually build the wrong items and it loses you games or what?
Um, I don't think it's the itemization mainly. I think my decision making is really bad.
hmm Yeah,
If
I
the
mean,
game,
yeah, I wouldn't say itemization is usually a big reason for
yeah, yeah, yeah.
actually
It's a
losing
part of
games.
it. I think it's a part of it, but I don't think it's the main reason why I lose those games.
Oh, wait, you sent me like a second account as well, right? Yeah,
Ah,
with
that's
a
nice.
with a funny name.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you didn't play so much on the other account.
Yeah, I've played a few after you sent it
Mm-hmm.
to me.
Oh yeah. Okay, so you said already like specific situations. I guess I also usually ask is like in the late game you sometimes struggle just to like close out games, or you feel like you get caught, or what's the problem there?
Um, a few times you said if you are ahead in the jungle, you can go to their jungle and counter jungle them or at least catch someone, right? I try to do that. I always check for their vision. They have none, but yeah, I get caught a few times
Mm-hmm.
and then it's GG. When I die, I don't know, my team always can't handle that.
I feel like that's more of a mid game thing, though, right? Like invading is usually something you do in the mid game because there you want to just make sure the other, like you get ahead of the other jungler and they like fall out of the game basically by you taking away their jungle. And of course, in the
Yeah,
late game as well, you keep taking their jungle, but it's not like the biggest priority. And for like closing out games as Echo, it's really more about getting picks and like getting objectives
yeah.
through that. Okay, so maybe are there like some bad habits you've already noticed in your gameplay or like mistakes you often do? Other than that, like maybe getting caught in the enemy jungle, but
I often times caught myself by jumping in on the squishies.
hmm.
If I see they are alone, but actually they are not alone, and then I get
So
really
you're
annoyed.
okay. That sounds like a patience problem. It's like patience is like the biggest thing, honestly, right? Like it obviously a lot of the decision making really comes down to patience, of course.
Yeah.
So I think that's definitely something that I guess like every single person I've coached has had like room to improve there. I mean, I even have room to improve there, but of course I'm a little bit more patient. So I think patience is really like a really big skill for Echo, especially.
I've seen that in the last two games. I
Hmm.
actually tried to be patient, and yeah,
Yeah.
that was good.
Okay. So I guess I don't really need to ask you what mechanics are because I think you've watched a lot of my videos.
Yeah.
But I guess, do you feel like you actually play in the way where you are mindful of all the abilities that are in the game?
Um, yes, but I don't think it's consistent.
Okay. Are there like certain champs you struggle against, or
Mm, I think Silas is a problem for me.
how come?
Um, I don't know. He has so much sustain. I also
Hmm.
don't know when to build um, Moral Nomicon, or even
Hmm.
if I build that, I don't.
Most of the time you don't. It's like,
Yeah,
especially as a jungler, of course, you're not facing off against Sylas as much, right? In the in like mid lane, it's a little bit Sylas favorite the matchup for sure. But in the jungle, I think it's way too difficult for Echo to build Morelos. You know, it's like in some games
yeah,
where you feel like you need to take a lot of 1v1s and nobody else can really build it, and you might need it. Then sure, build it as a last item, but it doesn't really fit in this itemization. Even still, in my opinion, even though it got buffed and it's not as terrible of an item anymore.
yeah. Or I also struggle. I think against early game champions like I don't know.
Hmm.
Olaf was in my last game, for example. Or
Okay.
if someone knows how to play early game champions like Elise or Rek'Sai or Lee Sin or something.
Hmm. Have you tried out
Um,
Electrocute?
yeah, I've tried that. I mainly play with Dark Harvest,
Hmm.
but if I see they are all squishy and I have to do some early game stuff, I always take Electrocute. I rarely
Okay.
use how's it called? First strike.
But do you like? I've heard these kind of reasonings a lot recently. I feel like, especially when I've coached like platinum players, such as yourself. Like,
Uh-huh.
do you actually feel like you have that good of a grasp on the game? Like, you actually know what's really going on so much that you can make these decisions? Because I personally, like, I can't. You know, like, I don't know when I should take Dark Harvest or Electrocute. Like, of course, I might have like a feeling when one of them would be better, but I think in
Um,
reality, oftentimes it's not actually the way you think it will be. You know.
Yeah, that's that's usually like that. But I think like if we have an early strong lane like I don't know, Nautilus and Lucian or
Hmm.
Lucianami or something like that, I have to impact that lane early, right? And Electrocute has much more damage than Dark Harvest, so I take Electrocute to be more impactful in early game.
Hmm. I think you
That's
should
my
always,
thought
but I
exercise.
mean, you always want to be impactful in the early game if you can. So
Yeah.
I think you should just try out Electrocute. I've been having a lot of success with it, and
Mm.
it's like Dark Harvest damage is often just wasted in the late game, you know, because you don't need it. Like you, sure, there will be games where you will need it and whatever, but and as I said, right, all of the runes are viable. Like First Strike is viable, Dark Harvest is
Yeah.
viable, Electro is viable. But still, if you feel like you're sometimes maybe struggling in the early game, especially and especially against early champs, then definitely try out Electrocute. Also try out the Raptor's Path if that's not something you're doing.
Oh yeah, I've seen your video about that, and
Have you tried
since
it
then
yourself?
yes, like every game
Okay.
also,
Yeah, because
and
I think that also
really,
helps you against early jungles, especially.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Especially if you start bot side
Mm.
chickens, and you can also
I mean,
gank
you yeah, yeah, okay. But
bot
you
side.
always need to start at the Raptors, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
The last game on my main account, so
Hmm.
Cappuccino, right?
Yeah, I guess we
Uh,
can also go into the OPGG review with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So share my screen. This one.
Oh yeah, this one against Olaf, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I've started, or I wanted to start at my chickens, and Olaf thought he would like to invade me on
Mm-hmm.
my chickens. So yeah, he's way stronger than me early.
That's why you ward.
Yeah, I've warded. That's the reason why I've seen him.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't die,
Ah,
but
okay.
he fucked up my early jungling.
Yeah.
He took my chicken actually, and he died for that. But still, he uh, got level 2 out of that. He could have taken his camps faster than me then because I was level 1 and I had to start on my buff alone.
Yeah. The thing
And
is, like, late invading is probably the thing that fucks up Ekko the most, you know?
yes, and that was so hard to come
And
back
and
from.
like especially with an Aurelion has like no early game as well, so it's just like actually smart by the Olaf, you know. If he knows that he can go for that, and it's
Yeah.
basically impossible for you to punish. It's just the matchup.
Yeah,
Like
and that's what I was talking about
yeah,
before.
it happens, right? There are matchups that are gonna be where you need to give up. It doesn't mean you lose the game, right? But it means like you will have to maybe sometimes give up camps. It's just Olaf counters Echo in a lot of ways. You can't see him. He's quite
Yeah,
tanky.
yeah,
He still kills you, and like yeah, it's very rough. It's a very rough matchup. I think I'm glad that Olaf is not played in the jungle that much, at least in my
yeah,
games.
same.
Um, so yeah, but I would say definitely looking at your OPG, I think definitely try out Electrocute. Also, I see you always building Green Smite, or is it just in some games?
No, not always. I usually on default I go blue.
Mm-hmm.
If there are a lot squishies I have to kill with the really fast and burst them, I go red. And if they have
Mm.
much CC and I don't want to go the runes for tenacity, I go green
Okay,
with tenacity boots.
I don't think. I mean, I'm not. I don't want to say you should never go red. Like actually, the way you were arguing is kind of how I also thought about it when I first started this season, and the smites were new, and I tested them out. But
Mm.
now I go like blue smite every single game because I've explained this right. The blue smite is the only one that helps you increase your gold generation.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
And gold is like everything for Echo. So I don't know. For me personally, it just has the most value in every game. I haven't missed like any of these other smites ever, honestly. So I'm not saying you shouldn't buy them. If we look at UGG, I think Green Smite is still the highest win rate, and also if we look at like pro builds on there, I'm sure we will see some of them build Red Smite. I see you can even see Echo the Nikos playing First Strike, so
Yeah.
it's all viable, you know. But he also likes Blue Smite, I think. Yeah. But
Yeah.
it's
What do you
really
build?
it's up to preference. I'm just obviously you're like you want help from me here, and yeah, see this guy is and he's also building Zanya's first. Like I would report this guy, but it is what it is, you know. People have different playstyles, and
Yeah.
that's fine. Obviously, I can mostly help you with the kind of playstyle that I'm playing with because it's obviously the one where I have most knowledge.
Mm,
So I can just recommend you to play with Blue Smite. Especially, I think the lower the elo, the more you can get away with just playing Blue Smite. You know,
mm,
obviously you're not like in really low elo or whatever. You're also it's your main elo, of course, so you're not much better than the enemies or anything. But still, just try it out. I think like looking at your CS, like your average CS are quite low. But there are definitely some games where you have good CS numbers, even in some losses. I don't know if they recently increased maybe or if it was just like or yeah, I don't know. It definitely can be higher for sure. Your devs are also a little bit too high. They
yeah.
should be a bit lower. It probably comes down to decision making mostly.
Yeah, it's
Although I
absolutely
don't know
true.
how much lane echo you play because with lane echo I think you generally have a bit higher devs. It's much easier to not die in the jungle, of course.
I don't play lane at all.
Okay. It
I
was
only
just like
play
that one
lane.
time in Clash, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah.
Okay. And I guess if we scroll down, we see you building defensive items sometimes, but you kind of don't do that anymore, I think. Well, here you
Um,
build. See, like I don't think building benches here is worth.
uh, against I thought I need that as a last item
You
because I
sold like your Madras for it or something? Your Dark Seal, yeah.
I've
Uh,
bought that at as a last item because I want to be able to get in, kill someone, and go out without getting,
hmm.
I don't
I
know, ult.
think then you should have at least. I think Zhonya's would have been better here, much better actually. Like
Yeah.
first of all, it would have helped you against these three, and then if the virus ults you, you can Zhonya's it and you won't die because of the
Oh, yeah.
stacks, you know, because that's like his most damage, of course. But if you can Zhonya's it then, and the Banshees will be gone anyways if you're ulted. I mean, I don't know if that's something that happened in this game, but I think Zhonya's as a defensive item makes much more sense here than uh,
Okay, but if
Banshees.
I go in um and yeah, try to kill someone actually and Sonya's then to dodge an ability or something or an ulti, I'm in middle of the enemies and I'm dead anyways, right?
But it's not like, I mean, that's not how the game works. I mean,
It's
it's like, oh, if you choose to do that, then that's what happens, of course. But it doesn't need to be like that. And also, I saw that you're never going for magical footwear. You're always going for cosmic
oh
insight.
yeah, yeah, I always go for the
I think
no,
magical footwear is better. It's just first of all you have 10 extra movement speed, which is nice. Like movement speed is a stat that Ekko really likes, but
yeah,
also it's just more gold efficient, right? Like Ekko wants gold. He wants to save as much gold as possible. He wants to generate as much gold as possible. And cosmic insight is like it's cool, it's nice, but it's definitely, in my opinion, the worst rune of these three. So I can definitely recommend buying the boots.
okay,
Or like taking the boot rune. Yeah.
yeah,
And in this game, for example, I think you could have went for Mercs as well. One thing, for example, with Mercs, it's also really good against Varus ult because you might not be CC'd long enough for him to hit his spells, you know, if you have some tenacity.
yeah,
It's like some champions really get fucked up, like their timings really get fucked up if you have tenacity, and they can't really layer their CC and that kind of stuff. Okay, so let's look at your League of Crafts. I mean, is there anything interesting on this account? I guess you've tried out like Shadow Flame in some games, which I think is fine, especially in matchups like these.
yeah,
I've said, like, I've also told people I think it could be like a good answer to these kind of difficult matchups where they have Eclipse, I guess, yeah, and like shields in general. So like Shadow Flame is kind of the same as Rabadon's in the way where it just provides damage stats and nothing else. Like or fighting stats, just ability power and health, and basically no utility. So it's
mm,
just it's not a bad
yeah,
item at
that,
all. It deals the most damage, I would say, even of all the items. It's just that you're obviously missing other parts then, and sometimes you might want the utility more, or oftentimes I would say. Okay. I mean, team fights win rate is not super important to look at it. I usually, with the most people I look at, it's above 60%. I don't know how much that really says though.
mm,
Duels win rate could definitely be higher. It really comes down to decision making again, I would say. Solo deaths are also quite high, I think.
yeah, that's an
Like
issue, I think.
yeah, so you feel like you oftentimes just don't know if you can win fights or what. You take them and you just lose.
I get caught.
Okay, but Ekko is
I
such
get
an easy
caught
champ
or
to not get caught with.
yeah, I get CC'd. I want to kill someone or catch someone, and I'm the one who gets caught.
Okay, you feel like you're buying the wrong boots oftentimes, maybe as well. I think this game, for
Yeah,
example, you could have bought Mercs for sure. It has so much, like you should have bought Mercs. It's actually troll because they're like full AP here, everyone except
yeah,
for Zaya, and they also have some CC. But even just for the AP, almost it's worth. And then, of course, also if like example, like Thresh is also another champ where if you have tenacity, it really can fuck up his timing for him to you if he hooks, you know, because you're already able to E away when he just is using his
yeah.
Q to get towards you and that kind of stuff, you know.
Mm,
So yeah, definitely. I mean, again, another game where you can easily buy mercs just because of the amount of AP already. And if this Anivia, maybe okay, she didn't go for
yeah,
Everpress, but
I think I always think like if there are dodgeable CC like
hmm
Anivia's
yes,
Q,
of course, but
uh, if there are much CC, I go
here
Mercs.
you went for mercs, right?
Yeah, but I never go Mercs just because for magic resist.
Yeah, most of the time you shouldn't, but If it's like both, like here for example, and especially against some champs like Akali, for example, building some. Wait, what the fuck was this Akali building? Never mind. It was AD Akali. Okay, then I've never seen that shit.
Yeah.
Okay, but if it like against Akali, having some MR really helps, so she can't just straight one shot you, you know. But
Yes.
okay, that was definitely unexpected. Okay. Yeah, as I said, devs are obviously too high. Well, not much too high, but a bit too high, definitely. Let's see your item completions. They're fine. Like I've seen worse for sure, but they could still be better, you know. And especially the third one can just be so accelerated if you snowball well. But yeah, like not a huge problem there. I guess you like doing objectives. That's definitely good. Like objectives really win games at the
Yeah.
moment, so it's definitely a good thing to do. Okay. I don't know. Like this kind of random always. I feel like.
Ward plays, yeah. I usually place my first rotation of totem wards and then I switch to
Yeah, that's fine.
yeah, cleanse.
Yeah, and you also don't surrender a lot. That's also pretty good.
No, I never surrender.
Yeah, that's good. Okay. Okay, yeah, but here it also shows, right, the game duration. Like in the late game, you sometimes struggle. Apparently, you also struggle in the early sometimes. Maybe you fall really hard behind or something.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it's hard for me to play from behind.
I mean,
Sometimes
it is hard in general with Ekko.
yeah. Sometimes I have games. I didn't even finish my first clear, and my laners, all three of them are already dead.
Yeah, yeah, it is like that in this Elo especially. I
And
know how it is.
obviously, I'm the bad guy then.
Yeah, yeah.
Because
At that point, you just
everything.
mute and then
Yeah.
play your own game. Okay. I guess you can just go into queue. I don't think
Okay.
we need to really check your jungle clearing ability. Like with platinum players, I expect that you're able to clear the jungle.
Shall I stream here in Discord?
Yes, and do like the screen share
Oh yeah. Okay.
because with application you can never see you can never see the
Oh,
mouse.
wait, screen. Okay.
Okay. All right. So, what do you usually ban? Because I saw you played some games against Kazakhs.
Amumu.
What the fuck? Why?
Yeah, because I can't kill him and he's annoying against the team with his.
He is, but I mean, it's also you also gotta think about how often you see him. I feel like not that many people play Amumu to make it worth banning
I
him.
usually ban Amumu the last, I don't know, 10 games, and before that I've always banned Evelyn in this meta.
Okay, Evelyn, like I actually got a video coming out where I completely destroyed an Evelyn. I think it's such an easy matchup. I don't know. I can't legit cannot remember the last time I saw or I lost to Evelyn. I don't know.
Personally, I don't struggle against Evelyn or even not Amumu, but my team always.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I know. Of course, in higher elos, Evelyn is usually not as much of a problem because she doesn't get so many free kills. But still, I think Ekko has such a good time against her because he can just build mercs and she can't.
Mm.
So yeah, I don't know. I think you should still ban Kha'Zix. I don't know. You've played a bunch against him, and Amumu really.
Okay.
He's like Amumu will just not be. It's not picked often enough. And also the thing is, like Kha'Zix is so fucking strong at the moment that he's being played in pro play.
Mm.
And like if a champ like an actual solo queue champ like Kha'Zix is being played in pro play, then you just know he's way too OP.
Okay. I'll
Yeah,
try
also try
electrocute
electrocute. Yeah, and this
and
room
Kuta.
setup. Senna choke off boat. Okay, I mean Definitely bot lane with some gank setup.
Mm,
So if you do the Raptors path here, gank bot, and then maybe shut down the Draven,
yeah.
it's a good game plan.
Sweet. Oh, Garen.
Seems to be Swain's support, I guess. I think you should. You actually swap with me. Yeah, that's good.
Oh, must take.
Okay. I think Yi is also not a difficult matchup in general. All
No.
you really need to realize is that he will out DPS you if he's able to stay close to you. So all you need to do is just proc your passive and run, and he can't chase
Yeah.
you.
No.
It's like and oftentimes you can also play with your W a little bit and step into it maybe late. I don't know why your top really wants to pick AP here, but
Please
I
not.
mean Cannon is kind of good actually, I would say. But you're
Yeah, we
definitely
have
too
so
AP
much
heavy.
AP.
Yeah, it's like your Senna, like especially because the Senna is just the support.
Yeah.
Definitely could be problematic, but as long as see like even though this game might look so bad in draft, it's solo queue. So if you just play better and you get ahead, then it really doesn't matter at all. You know.
Mm.
Like I hate when people, especially in lower elos, when they dodge because of like bad drafts and whatever. It really like you should never. There's so many things that can happen.
As long as there are no troll pigs or I don't know troll people, I don't
Yeah,
dodge.
yeah, yeah. You
In my
shouldn't.
last queue, not game, I had to dodge because he banned my pick, Echo.
Hmm.
I hovered Echo and he banned it and wanted to go jungle. Yeah, that's obviously a troll.
Yeah. Well, someone in chat said, "As trash gold player, I hate Yi." You better be stay tuned for the video that's coming out tomorrow because I also completely dominated Yi there, and he actually sold his items because he was so tilted at that point. So I mean, it wasn't really like a good showcase how to beat Yi in general because I only killed him like twice, but
Hmm.
still, it's not a matchup where you really just don't need to make sure that he's not out attacking you freely. It's basically Yi is basically like Warwick in a sense where you just need to keep him at range with your Q, and then he's not even a real champ. I mean, Yi is a little bit better than Warwick at still getting in range, but yeah, he is not a huge problem, and especially because I think most of the Yis at the moment they're not building super tanky. Like the
Hmm.
most annoying Yis are the ones that build tank items and you actually can't kill them and they will still deal a lot of damage. But
Yeah, because of the true damage.
if it's a squishy Yi, you can actually kill him. You need
Yeah.
like 2 rotations, or you just need to play with your team oftentimes as well. Like if he engages into you here and the choke of silences him, then he's literally just dead, or he should be. Okay, give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm back. Um, I guess definitely. I think you should ward against in this matchup, right? Like Yi, especially Hail of Blades. Yeah, I would say is the one that could look
Oh,
to
they're invading.
invade you. No, they're not getting anything. I mean, they shouldn't. Yeah, definitely move there. Skill. You can also skill Q already, maybe if
Yeah.
you're doing the path anyways. But yeah.
If they invade like that, I always, or I'll try at least to ward their buff.
Okay. Well, of
Because
course,
I
it's some
know.
info. Yeah, it's not bad, but it also doesn't really give you too much. I think you should already say like that you're soloing, so the cannon
Oh yeah.
goes to lane. Because if he fake leashes, then basically they kind of know what you're doing, even though
Yeah.
they shouldn't. I mean, they still don't know that you're doing this path, right? They expect you to full clear, but there's no reason for them not to go to lane.
hard spot set, by the way.
Yeah. So that means you'll have a free gank on bot lane if they... Or like it won't be a 3v3 for sure then.
Yeah.
Definitely start looking top. You probably won't gank, but yeah, just need the info still. And just recall here.
Maybe I could gang.
No, he's way too healthy. You have no CC. And like, if anything, you get the flash. Definitely get the sweeper. Get the sweeper.
Oh fuck! I forgot.
No worries. It's just one small step back, but.
Oh. Oh boy.
Oh, but that's. Oh no, I think he's dead.
Oh
Ooh.
boy. Oh my god.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh nice.
Okay, you can kill him, I guess.
Yeah.
He will probably try to shove this because they're so low. Just ping again that you're coming. I don't even think it's worth it. Definitely. Maybe actually you can still go. You know, definitely should have swept earlier. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it was actually a mistake to ping that you're coming because they kind of chased him away. But it's whatever.
And it was worth it.
I definitely look mid here.
Oh, he's tough.
Yeah. Just see if you can do something in mid. No, I mean she's playing two top side. Just jungle.
Okay.
It's like if she's actually respecting it, then don't force anything. But if she would be low and overextending, then oh, we didn't even get the crap. I just E over the wall in a second here. Or actually, can even kill him. Maybe.
Oh boy.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can. You
he's
get them. You get them.
nice.
You can kill the Karma as well. I mean, she's in your jungle.
Oh, here. Oh boy.
Just. No, we saw her right to the right. I think, yeah.
Oh, there it is.
No, you really should let her escape here. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, just jungle.
Yeah.
And that was definitely very messy, but at least it worked out. Everyone keeps doing blue before Grump. I don't know. It makes sense, but
yeah, I don't want to delay my sequence to my votes.
yeah, I understand that. People have been telling me that, but I feel like every time I watch pros and whatever, they don't do it that way.
Yeah, but that has to mean it's wrong, right?
No, I mean it makes sense, but on the other hand, it's also the sequencing is delayed by like 5 seconds or whatever, and you're in reality you're actually never at the camps right when they spawn. Like
Yeah,
it
that's
really
true.
never happens.
But on paper, it would be better
Yeah.
if that happens, right? So
Yeah, I mean it makes sense in general, but I think it actually the reason a lot of pros maybe. I mean, I haven't watched that many pros to be honest, and I don't watch that many jungle streamers either. But I think that most of them do it this way. I think you should just keep jungling. Actually, doesn't he have TP? Yeah, just
okay, I didn't expect that. Oh, use bot.
Yeah, just press tab for that, and then you don't need to expect. Then you just know, you know. Same way you should just know if you can gank top here or not by looking there. Okay, you can't. Just recall here, you have really good items to buy. Like a blasting wand. Yeah. It should be gone, yes. You know the bot side crab spawning, so you know
gone.
it's...
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, just get a blasting wand, Amtom, control word, I guess. And go there, yeah.
Oh.
Maybe you can fight it with the Victor. Just ping that you're going there, maybe the Victor will push then and you can contest. If not, then it is what it is, you know.
He won't push.
Oh, he does. Okay. So yeah, just now you have prior. You can. I mean, he probably has it already.
Yeah, but we can. Oh, here.
Yeah, you can punish him maybe.
Oh, nice.
I guess maybe put down the control word somewhere and then the drag.
Okay, I won't do it alone.
Yes, too risky now. I guess you can clear your bot set here and then look for drag.
Mm.
Also, I mean, you're kind of close to level 6 here.
Mm.
So it's a bit risky, actually. I think maybe you should hold off on the drag. It's a bit forced now because the E is, of course, also alive again.
Yeah,
Just go to your top set, get level 6, and then look if you can get something somewhere.
he actually did his bot set jungle. I think he's top set now.
Yeah, probably, but still. You never know. Maybe he thinks you're doing drag and that's why he's moving there or something.
Yeah.
Also, while you're here again, just look top already, you know?
Oh, yeah.
See, like
Oh,
now, for example, he's a little bit low. You might be able, if he overextends a little bit more, you might be able to just
mm.
go there.
Oh, nice. Solo kill. Okay, I think you
Hmm.
don't.
I think just keep clearing. Well,
I just want to see if you
yeah,
do.
that's fine. Yeah, just keep clearing and then maybe look for Herald. I mean, you have prior, I guess, on top,
Mm.
or look for a lane gang on top. That could also work. Just walk on the lane brushes, maybe.
Yeah. He has ultimate.
Yeah, maybe wait for him to walk up a little bit more, or
Yeah.
ping bait. You can even ping bait. Maybe if the cannon moves in like an idiot, and then the Garen might walk.
We
I don't
can
know if
dive
you can.
him
I mean,
actually,
you can
right?
try to dive. Yeah, I think you can dive.
Oh,
Wait,
God.
you can still get him. I mean,
I
definitely a bit awkward, but
Yeah, I've
it
eat the
worked
tower.
in the end. Yeah, you definitely play with like target champions only. It's. Do we have info on the year? I wasn't really paying attention to the minimap.
I think he was bot side. I think he will do the
Okay.
drag there.
Definitely get the crab for level 7 before Herald and also for the movement field.
Oh, yeah, he's
Okay.
doing the drag.
Yeah, I think you really should. You can, I mean, you can kind of do both at the same time. Yeah, it can help. You should get her. Uh, she might be too tanky here. Oh, never mind. You should get her.
No, I'm dead.
No. I mean, yeah, maybe I baited you into that. She was actually a little bit tankier than I expected. You had quite a lot of gold. Shouldn't be the end of the world, though. I mean, definitely taking the Herald and Crab here would have been better, but
Yeah.
it's
He's
fine.
probably going to take it now. I go to top set now.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't know if you should go to your top side or to your bot side. I think you should go to your bot side almost. I'm not sure though. Yeah, I think you should go to your bot side. Maybe get the kills on bot.
Oh, he's top. Shall I go top now? Bot. He's bot. I can go take the Herald, right?
I think you should just take your bot set and then path towards the Herald. Because these are like the situations where if you go straight top, it's where you're missing CS. And you can probably still get it, you know?
But I could have gone top to bottom then.
Yeah, if that's what you want to do, but I mean... Yeah, it's both, of course, fine here because all your jungle is up. I think generally I like to just go to the camps that have been sitting there for a longer time. I don't know if there's a real reason for that, if they're the same level. I don't think there is, but... Yeah, maybe the other way would have been better here. Definitely, I don't think you need to take the Crux because you're gonna be level 8. So just take
Mm.
the Raptors and then try to do Herald, I guess. I think you'll need to auto-attack one more.
Oh boy.
That's like, see, like I knew that you had to auto-attack one more time and you kind of didn't have like the experience there. It all, and it's kind of the same for getting kills, of course, as well. Definitely get the crab just for. I don't think you should have smited if you went to the Herald here, but
Yes.
uh,
Oh, he's here.
I don't know. Yeah, his team will move faster.
I don't think he
Maybe
has
look
time.
mid. Like you're not looking mid. You need to see maybe the karma's low.
Oh, nice.
Nice. Okay. No.
Now
Just
I can do it. Did you see the bug? I always try to do that, but it's sometimes hard to execute. If
what?
you hit your Q and E the same time on the Herald, he won't charge.
Okay. I didn't know that. Definitely place the Herald right away for platings in mid, I guess. Probably.
Okay.
Best
His
option.
Grom should be up. I could also do his Grom.
Yeah, but you want platings more than the Grump. You know, so maybe you should have pinged so the Cho'Gath stays. I think you could have killed her. Cho'Gath had 0 awareness.
Yeah.
You still need to place it now. Just place it and clear the wave. And make sure not to die. Oh, yeah. Okay, you did charges, that's good. Yeah, just go to your jungle.
No.
And start clearing from the Crocs. You want to have the red buff for a longer time, you know?
Oh yeah, I see. Okay. Oh, yeah, he's there.
Was it Yi? I thought it was Garen. Am I stupid?
It was he.
Oh, okay. No, it was
Oh, it
Garen.
was Garen. Okay. Please not.
I mean, it was a nice ult.
Yeah.
Like, he had Ignite as well. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
but
this is a game where you can build Zorks, yeah.
Yeah.
And let's see again.
I'd go Lich Bane.
No, I think you should go Nashor's because you don't have a lot of DPS and your team will probably need your DPS. And also you can auto attack all of them except for the Yi basically. And I mean Garen not so much as well, but I think mostly due to the fact that you kind of need your DPS.
Mm.
It will definitely help. And I mean Nashor's never really feels bad. It's definitely a good item.
I like a Draven. I like to see a Draven suffer.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, he has no
you can punish him. Yeah. Well, the Cho'Gath deals so much damage.
Oh, he goes AP. Wow.
Yeah, just jungle now. But you have Blitz, but you don't have the thing where it shows you how much CS you have. You don't like that, or what?
Here on the right side,
Yeah.
right?
Well,
I've deactivated it
I
because it was
think.
annoying.
Yeah, I think, but for the CS, just to have like to keep track of it, especially if it's something you want to improve on, I think you should. Like, there's no big reason to disable it.
Okay.
Unless it, like, I mean, if it really triggers you, then okay, disable it. But
Yeah.
I think I don't even notice it, you know.
Nice.
Yeah, maybe look to get the mid tower now. Maybe kill the karma. No, definitely don't base. You've just been in base, you know. There's nothing you can really buy.
Okay.
But try to dive, you know. Like go
What
from the
about top
sides. Just go from the side. Yeah. Also look bot. Look bot. Maybe you can. Yeah, you can kill the Swain. I don't even think you have a stack yet.
Oh, top side art.
You need to ping so much more, you know. That's something I've noticed so much recently, where people you just need to communicate with your team what you're doing. It helps so much.
He was top side. That's the reason why I started those.
Yeah. Just be careful that you heal up for a bit.
Yeah, karma. Please not.
I don't think you had to flash there.
I had Eon cooldown.
Yes, but you had ult, and like ult is a way lower cooldown. And also the Garen didn't have flash, I think, so he wasn't able to really catch you there. But
Yeah,
we look at it afterward. But definitely right, like this
yeah.
is a situation where you might die now because you don't have flash later on, and these things they just add up, you know, and
Mm.
they might lose you games.
I just thought maybe he can silence me.
Yeah, of course he can if you let him reach you, but you don't have to do that. I think you should just go jungle now. Or maybe, yeah, maybe kill the Draven. I don't know what he's
Draven is
doing.
here. Yeah. Oh, there he is.
He's trolling. Yeah, just take his jungle and then I guess you can recall.
Yeah, I think I have Nashes ready.
And just, I mean, you can also just open your shop really quick and then you know.
I have.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, right, it's so important to have these kind of this kind of information so you can plan ahead in general. When is the
Sure.
Drake spawning? I can't really see.
2 minutes.
Okay, I think you should still go topside and then puff down. I mean, there's no real reason. I mean, you have all the towers, right? It's kind of...
Yeah.
You could maybe even look to just rush Nash here because you're so ahead. Oh, they just
Okay.
FF'd. Oh, that's fine. There were still a bit of mistakes in this game, and if it's like too short, then we just look at another game you played.
Okay.
So that's okay, I guess. Yeah, let me share my screen again.
Yes.
It was like a solid game. I think overall, definitely something you need to start doing more is just looking at the lanes. Like sometimes I had to tell you to look at the lanes. It helps you so much just making the right decisions. Also pressing tab. I didn't see you press tab enough, in my opinion. Right, there was just not enough information that you're gathering that you could have. And of course, also, I mean, the game was kind of short, but in general with the farming, I think that there were some situations where you didn't want to farm, where I kind of told you should go farm now. And of course, that's why in some games you'll just have CS that are a bit too low. But yeah, of course, it was like an 18-minute game that just FF'd.
Yeah, that was too short. I was about to pop enough.
Yeah, but as you could see, right, you were able to fight the Yi in so many situations here. Even though he even like Hail of Blades, I would say is the biggest early rune. So even with the early rune, you also play early runes, of course, this game. But like even though he had like Hail of Blades, you were still able to kill him a bunch of times. It was of course because you also played with your team there, but that's just what you gotta do, you know. Yeah, as I said, I think against Yi, this board is kind of good. If he wants to go for like a level 2 invade, Yi sometimes do that, I think. I don't know, there's no real reason to move up here, by the way, with like the Qs. Oh, I guess you actually cancel him, but you didn't even know that. But even that, like, it didn't make a difference, you know, it's just... I mean, you're also not really risking anything or whatever, it's just... There's no real point. And this board, of course, is cool, you get some info. And you at this point you know that you can just place it for free because nobody's here.
Yeah,
so it's
that's
fine.
the reason why I moved there.
It's so funny. Like you do throw the Q from here. I always throw it from here, and someone I caught recently always throw it from here. I guess we all have our own angles, but just make sure that you hit all of them, and of course you did that.
I usually throw it like from here, but I was already on that other position, so
yeah. It's fine. You were a little bit slow with the thing. I think you auto-attacked the small ones a bit too much. It's like you should have with like 345 after clearing, and you're at 360 something. So you can definitely be a bit faster, and I think in your elo it still doesn't matter a whole lot, but it's something you can start working on already. I would say it's not completely useless. And of course, also always by the sweeper, you know. You need the info if you're being spotted.
Yeah.
And then here, I told you go ping for it. They kind of reacted wrong, you know. But in general, you should still just tell your team that you are gonna go there and help them. And if they're not idiots, then they just keep playing like this, and the Swam will probably stay walked up like here.
Yeah,
And
I always
then
assume they are idiots, so
yeah, I mean that's
because
of course right to
usually
assume.
they are making it obvious that I'm coming up. Of course, it was worded here, but
Yeah.
still, even if it's not worded, they are moving too much.
Yeah, I think honestly, also you're wasting like 10 seconds here or whatever just by after you know that he's like if he's walking, like at this point you know that you can just turn around, you know. You don't need to
Mm,
keep walking here because
yeah.
he's way too far back. He's moving in a way where you know that he's seen you, so you're just wasting time.
Uh-huh.
Of course, you can kind of waste time because you want to get the crab anyways, like as your first camp here. Right, like you definitely don't want to do this and then go back to the crab. So you'll wait for it to spawn no matter what here. So
Yeah.
so wasting some time is not like actual wasted time. But yeah, also here like in this situation, right? Of course they know that you're here, but still so many times the mid laners will not respect it, you know. Like even in my master game, sometimes the mid laners genuinely don't respect it as well as this Karma did it. Like that you're here and that you can gank mid right away. But this is a very good timing to just look like okay, this didn't work, or maybe it did even work, and then you just look mid right after the crab.
Yeah,
You're kind of around.
look at the positioning of the camera. I thought she really did a good positioning because
Yeah, yeah,
he
yeah.
know he
That's what I
knows that
said.
he is upside, and
Yeah.
she positions herself
But
awesome.
the only thing I'm trying to say is that in game you weren't really putting your camera here, and you still should, right? Even if you see
Yeah.
this, if she's low HP, then you can still gank her. You know, you might have to flash for it, but you can reach her here if even if she's playing towards the top side. But of course, if she's full HP, then you won't. But or like this HP. But if she would be low here, then you can definitely look for a gank. And of course, also I think you didn't finish the crab. Of course, always finish it. And
Yeah.
that was a bit awkward.
You said I should have tried to gank. That's the reason why.
No, I think I just said that you should look there. I don't think I said go there. I think I just said look there. It's just info, you know. Info doesn't cost you anything, and you don't, you know, if you use your abilities on the camp, then you don't even have anything to. You don't have any reason to be with the camera on you, you know, on yourself. So yeah, this was fine, but the Graven even got punished because he did this stupid stuff. But yeah, I mean, so you just look there. You don't need to go there, but even then, I think the way you went there is definitely right. Like behind, going from behind here. Never go through here if there's no reason to do it. Like the only reason to go through here is if they're like massively overextended and you need to go there fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Overall, I think the way you played this is fine. Right, just play with your team. There's no need to be stupid here and walk in there alone. I don't know if you need to flash here. It's definitely kind of understandable. And here you were like so, I don't know. Everything that needs to happen here is the Victor needs to walk around up here, and you guys walk like here and chase her. But you were like just, I don't know. You were almost letting her escape for no reason, you know.
She could have been in the brush here and burst
So
us.
no, I mean, she definitely doesn't kill you. Like she will make you low, but she doesn't kill you. She doesn't have flash either. The Senna is next to you. She can heal you. She definitely doesn't burst you down like 100 to 0 or like how much you have here. For sure not. Like trust me. You're like half HP, and with the Senna next to you, you don't die. I mean, we can even look at the math, right? You have 375. How much does this deal? Let's say with her ult, it's like 130. So it's like half HP. And of course, that's not even accounting for MR, so it's even less than that. So just like that was missing knowledge, I guess, from you. So yeah, even 25% off that. But it's just important, right? Like this also, of course, like if you want to get into higher elos, you will need more knowledge. And I guess definitely the only way you can really get that is through playing the game more. I think one thing that's definitely holding you back a bit at the moment is that you're not playing that much, right? Looking at your OPGG. If you just play the game more actively, you will get better at knowing the limits. You will just learn You will of course learn. I'm also still learning all the time, of course, when playing. You know, it's an experience thing that will always keep growing because, of course, also the thing change, like things change, right? You know, the balance and whatever of the game also changes.
Yeah.
So you just need to keep playing. But yeah, like for example, I definitely knew that she wouldn't just one shot you there, so there's no reason to not just keep chasing. But yeah, that's obviously is kind of whatever you got her in the end. Yeah, here I think how much gold do you have? Yeah, it's just a really good time to like at this point when you're around here, definitely look mid again. Just look mid and see if you maybe can walk around here and gank her, right? Imagine she has like 20% less HP, then you definitely look for a gank here. You know? And maybe also look if you need, like, in this situation, you could have been like a really good guy and helped your Victor shove out the mid wave as well.
Yeah,
Because
that's the time where he goes back and TPs back to the lane where I want to.
yeah, so I mean that's also fine. But if you didn't have TP here, right? You also in this situation you also didn't really press tab, right? And that's why you walked here again because you didn't even realize that he has TP. I mean, you should also assume that Victor is playing TP in general, but you didn't know if it was on cooldown or anything like that. So yeah, no reason not to just press tab and find it out, you know.
Yeah.
And definitely, if you could have just helped him push out, and then he wouldn't even have to TP. But of course, it's fine if he wants to TP here. But yeah, if he didn't have TP, then definitely a good situation to just help him shove out the wave, or even maybe look for a kill. Although Karma is not that easy to kill, of course. If she just ult W's, she heals quite a lot. But just like just clear the jungle, go base here. That's obviously what you did. Also, look top at this point, right? Just look, see this guy's full HP, make the decision, I'm going base. I can't kill anything here. It's completely fine. You're very like well positioned in this game, I would say. And then of course, yeah, here I told you, right? Like communicate with your team. Tell them as early as possible what you want to do. I mean, don't tell them too early sometimes maybe because then they might react in weird ways. But if you're like here, just tell them I'm going here, you know?
Yeah, I've pinged mid lane.
Yeah. Man, you don't even need to tell him what to do. Just tell your team what you're gonna do and hope that they react. Of course, in your elo, you might need to ping a little bit more for your team as well because they might be stupid. But in general, I think most people don't like being told what to do.
Yeah, for sure.
Here, definitely one mistake. You see, like this is like playing around the abilities. I also do this. I'm not gonna lie. It happens against you. It's kind of annoying to play around, but you know that he has his Q, right?
Yeah.
So there's no real reason to miss your Q because you know that he's gonna use it on you right away. Just wait it out and then hit your Q. You know, like there's no reason. That's like 1/3 or like half of your damage spells is just not hit here because you were a little bit impatient, basically. Yeah, I think here you should have just also again ping for this guy. He even has ult up. Just ping. This is a completely free Drake.
I have pinged the Drake, but he...
No, but you didn't... Yeah, but did you ping, like, him for assistance? Like, spam ping him if he doesn't stop recalling, you know?
Yeah, I didn't spam ping, but yeah, okay, I know what you mean.
Yeah, just ping him, because apparently he didn't really listen. So, this Drake was 100% completely free, and...
Yeah.
It's also a really nice Drake as well, you know? And he even would have gotten an ult stack. So, this was, like, huge throw from him as well. I guess he wanted to maybe do it now, but now it's not nearly as free anymore. And by the way, the Yi is actually here, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was like a free Drake, but now it's not free at all anymore. Here again, like, of course you looked up here now. You see that he's too healthy. I guess you thought that the Yi would be here. He wasn't.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just keep clearing your jungle. And then look if you can get stuff afterwards. That's how you... If you're allowed to do that, that's what you should always do. Sometimes you won't be allowed because things happen on the map and you need to be there, but oftentimes you will be allowed, and then that's the optimal thing to do. Just to, like, be consistent with your farming and whatever. Yeah, of course, also, right, like in the early game, you made sure to last hit these Krugs with your Q, like the small ones. So, but now you don't, like, now you don't prioritize anymore, but you still should, you know? it's still time that you're losing now. You don't need to only be efficient on your first clear. You need to be efficient all throughout the game, basically.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think. I mean, going for the dive here is fine. I mean, the cannon doesn't have ult, so it's a little bit risky. And this guy is not super squishy red, and he has his... okay, he doesn't have his W active at least, which we didn't really know, I think, but... He's not super squishy, he has his W passive, of course, where he has base MR. So with this HP and without cannon ult, I think it's actually pretty risky overall. And I mean, it was quite awkward in the end, but mostly because you missed... because you did, like, the E on the tower. Yeah. I think generally in these kind of situations you can also often just wait. Like, tell this guy to push in the wave. Then this wave, like, will die in the tower, and the next wave will push up until here again, you know? So then you don't need to dive, oftentimes. But maybe this wave is even too big for that, actually. Right, it will take, like, a long time to die, and then the next wave will stay here again. So yeah, maybe going for the dive here is completely fine. I think there's no reason to place a W like this, just place it like this, you know? I think. I mean, maybe actually, because now at least it's longest range. Maybe this W is good, I don't know. It's fine. I don't but I don't know if you need to flash here. That's like the big thing, I guess. He doesn't have flash, which, I mean, we don't really have... Oh, he does, it just shows run.
He flashed away.
Oh, yeah.
He kept it on cooldown, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he flashed. Yeah, it was a little bit awkward, but I guess overall it was fine the way it turned out. No huge mistakes. Definitely, as I said, there's many reasons to take the crab first here. First of all, it takes you literally like 5 seconds. Second of all, you get level up here. Third of all, you get vision. And then fourth, you get like a movement speed if a fight breaks out, which is always nice, you know. And you can even do it like at the same time, you know. Just throw like a Q where it will hit both of these camps. And then only proc the passive if you want to be like hyper efficient. But I personally would just do it really quick and then do the Herald. And then I guess you commit to the Karma here. I think the biggest mistake was your W. It was like too far back, you know. The way she's moving, she can't even reach this, you know?
Yeah, I thought she would immediately go back if she sees...
No, but you see her, and she legit... She would have to flash to even get in there, you know?
Or use E.
No, she would legit have to flash. Like, even with E, she wouldn't be able... There's no reason not to just place it here, you know? Like this is really too far back. She would have to be extremely stupid to walk in here, you know? And she doesn't even see you. That's the big thing, right? She doesn't see you, so the first time she will react is when you're like here, you know?
Yeah.
So that's the big reason this W was not very good. I mean, let's see when she actually sees you here. See, like now she sees you. So the W would just in these situations where she doesn't have, or enemies don't have vision, just place the W way more on them. And even if you get the slow, it's fine. I mean, the way you chase here is fine. Of course, you don't have ult. Let's see if you could have maybe spaced better or something. But I think in general that was good.
Yeah.
You hit the return Q here as well. It's fine.
I had to...
Yeah, it's okay. I think, of course, in hindsight, it would have been much better to just get like this stuff here.
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
But if you would have just saved the... I mean, you did save the cannon at least.
Yeah, that was... on the other side, cannon would be mad and possibly...
Well, he has no reason to be mad. You don't need to save him there.
Yeah, we know that, but he doesn't know.
Yeah. So yeah, just going back to jungling here, doing like a new rotation basically to get the Herald. Of course, for sure get this. Right, like in the early game, your return Q doesn't deal that much damage. You know, you need to be aware of it. It scales with AP, so it's like, okay, it deals more damage than the first Q already, but it still doesn't deal as much as it will in the late game. In the late game, the return Q really hits hard. because of the
Yeah.
60% AP scaling, but now it's still not super strong, so you just like
Yeah,
I definitely
the
saw
mob
that
that
this wouldn't clear it, but yeah, it doesn't cost you much to just do one more auto, you know. And
yeah.
now you need to walk back the whole way. It obviously didn't really cost you anything in the end, but still. And like no reason to smite this, you know. If you're looking to the Herald, that was like a really bad smite because you have 1.5 minute cooldown.
Mm.
It again, it didn't really get punished because you killed the year, I think.
Yeah,
But
my thought there was to rush the Karma on the top side, but she TP'd mid. I don't know why. There,
what do you mean? Why did you smite the crab?
here, I thought there I ping even to go to Karma, but Cannon didn't move and she TP'd.
Okay, she TP'd away. We didn't even
Yeah, I
really see
wanted
that.
to rush the.
Okay, but at that point, just leave the crab, you know. And still, like, you're still like, this is 300 gold as well, plus more from the plates, you know. It's
Mm,
more than killing the karma here. Yeah, so the Yi moves into you, doesn't even react after he sees you here. I don't know, kind of weird.
yeah, that was really weird.
And see, at this point, you're just strong enough to kind of even tank him.
Mm.
Was he building? Okay, he built Borg first. And the Yi is mad at his team for not moving. Yeah. But see, like this is why this matchup he's like he's pretty much a stat checker champ. Of course, he would have won the 1v1, but that's why it's not a 1v1 game, you know.
Mm.
And of course, if you would have been in a 1v1 there, you should have just need to run, but you probably would have done that.
Did you see he didn't charge the Shelly?
Yeah, because you did what? Because you did like
Q and E.
okay. Oh wow, interesting. I think maybe I've done that as well, like like on accident actually. Now that I
Yeah,
see
there's
it.
no value in it, but still, it's funny.
I mean, it has value because it takes a little bit less time, right? Yeah, and here again, communicate. Ping this guy. Ping,
Mm.
I'm going here. He didn't know. He was like completely tunnel visioned on bot lane or something.
Yeah, yeah.
But if you just tell him I'm going here, then you change his Syria and she's instantly dead. And this way she's able to live with like some HP, and also makes you gets you to very low HP. So placing the Herald here is a little bit risky. Where the Yi could technically ult and okay, he doesn't have ult, but he could maybe like flash onto you here or something. That doesn't need to be this risky. All you had to do was ping. Yeah, now the Garen actually invades you, right? And I think he even kills you in the end. Oh, what an interesting invade. He was like tracking you.
Yeah. Here I thought it was he and not.
Yeah. I think this ult was generally good. Let's see if you could have played it better where you didn't die. Yeah, I think you just no need to face check him here, right?
Mm.
You know that he's in here. Just wait for your Q to come up again and Q him again. There's really no need to go in melee range. That's like the huge mistake. Yeah, just play. Also, I mean, W is fine. I would say in case he keeps running. But your Q's up in 1 second. All you had to do was wait here, Q in there again, and he has no way of escaping, especially because of the cannon being here, right? So
Yeah.
this was basically impatience again. Impatience just killing you, and he had no way to kill you here if you just stay at like respect his, or yeah, like not disrespect the fact that he's a melee champ that can't get close to you. And he didn't even have flash, I think, to flash onto you, so yeah. Okay, yeah, I think here you just kill the Yi. Very bad timing by him, right? Like it's such a bad timing to just do it. The Draven is here alone. He has no info on the bot lane, and he gets punished for it.
And you also don't have flash.
Yeah, such a bad timing.
Yeah.
And then he's pinging like bait on his team, even though it was his fault, of course. People are fucking stupid, man.
Yes. 100%.
Yeah, at this point, definitely look mid more here. I think we didn't really like up until now I didn't know that this was happening. And yeah, here I told you right, get the mid tower, and your first reaction was to like also you wanted to recall here. Definitely don't recall with this gold. You have literally nothing to buy. You can the only thing you can do is upgrade to the recurve bow.
Yeah, that
That's
was
such a small thing, and you're like you shouldn't base base as small amounts as possible. You know, like really don't base often, and only base if you actually hit power spikes. If you're allowed to, of course. If you die, whatever, it happens. But yeah. So yeah, but what I was thinking of when telling you to get the mid tower here, first of all, look mid, see that this guy's kind of low HP. I think we didn't really have the info. And then just walk through here. It is warded, but even if it's warded, you have like full control of this. First of all, as soon as you're here, start sweeping. This area is often warded, and then just look to diver. You know, diver, get the tower. Like there's no reason to walk here. This way you will never kill her unless she's
I wanted
stupid.
to go to bot side. That's the reason why I
Yeah, but
moved.
why? You wanted to go from like here, or what? Or you wanted to get the Swain? Wait, did you? I was actually thinking, did you have the? Yeah, you were actually missing the Swain stacks, so yeah. I mean, going for that is fine. The Victor got the tower on his own. It's okay. I think generally, like, it's fine because you're so ahead here, but generally it would have definitely been smarter to just wait up until this wave is pushed in and then dive. You know, he doesn't have a real way of escaping. Like, if he wants to escape, then he'll have to run out of tower, and then you can also kill him.
Yeah, but he was already low, I thought.
Yeah. I mean, it did work, right? You got him. You were kind of low here. Now is the. I want to see if you really need to flash here. I guess definitely no reason to E here. In general, in situations where you're like in the enemy territory, I guess you just need to be more cautious with how you use your spells, you know?
Uh-huh.
So this E, it didn't really give you a lot of value in this situation, and it cost you your flash basically.
Yeah.
Like, and I think even now, yeah, maybe you had to flash. He was very close. You had his Q movement speed, and I think Q wouldn't have been enough probably. So
No.
yeah, I guess flashing was the right thing to do here. I mean, if you ult, let's see where you end up if you're ulting.
At the Croc's pit.
Yeah, but maybe with ult you would have just gotten your E up again. You know, like you're kind of. I think maybe with ult you could have also lived here, because you also get some. Yeah, I think ult would have saved you for sure. You know, you ult here, then you're a little bit further away from him. And also you'll be able to get your E again. You just E over this wall, or maybe you need to kite a little bit more. But it definitely could have saved your flasher with the ult. So just think of it like in numbers, really, right? This is 300 seconds. This is worth 100 seconds. So 300 seconds is worth more. It's as easy as that. So definitely, yeah, you could have like small optimization, or it's not even that small of an optimization. Definitely try to value your flash if you can, but yeah, it's understandable that you got like a bit scared in this situation and flashed out. It's not the worst flash I've seen. I think in this situation also, I don't think there's a huge reason to go mid here. What you did, right? This guy is handling it fine as well. Nobody's really deffing. You can just take your jungle, right? It's sitting gold basically, or take this jungle.
I think we all.
I mean, you do that in the end because you kill the Draven here, but still, I think overall, there's no reason to do this kind of stuff together when everyone's fine on their own. But I mean, they already gave up at this point, basically, and then they have F 1 second later, anyways.
They were tilted, so.
Yeah, so if you have like another game you want to look at where you can for sure do that, we still have like 45 minutes. I guess we can look in your match history. Maybe there's an interesting game.
If you want, we can look for the Olaf.
Oh yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, this one. Okay, yeah, I'm interested to see that.
That was a terrible start. And
okay. I want to see how the invade played out, actually.
Yeah,
That's interesting.
Yeah, you can see that. Here you can see all my mistakes, what I was talking about before. Literally every single one of them. But I was patient at the beginning, so that's actually positive. And I came back really good.
Yeah, okay, you only started getting kills at like 15 minutes, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But I mean, you lost in the end, right?
Yeah, but I think it was my bad.
Okay. Okay, yeah, you also had like, of course, you also had Dark Harvest, and you went for Runesmite, and what the fuck happened here?
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to see what happened. I just get just randomly AFK walked in there. Okay.
Yeah.
You were all kind of AFK at the start. I mean, it matters, right? In this kind of in these kind of matchups, especially Olaf is a very good early invade champ with his Qs. So yeah, like going AFK, I guess in this game it definitely got punished. Okay, you went for this ward again to see.
Mm.
So like here, I think it would have had more value to have this ward. Against Olaf, you need this ward, by the way. Like Olaf is the #1 champ where you need this ward because he's such a good late invader.
Yeah, but it was not the issue that I didn't see him.
Yeah, I'm still saying, but
Yeah.
it will help your laners move as well, you know.
Mm.
And
Is
it's
that-
not it's also, especially if you do the full clear where you started red, it's so horrible because you start W, and if you have your W used already and then he invades you, you're like not even a champion, you know.
Yeah.
At least with this path you start Q, so it's not as horrible when you get invaded. You can still keep them at range and that stuff. Oh, okay.
There
Wait,
he is.
he just runs there right away. Why?
Yeah. That's the weird part.
That's actually an interesting
Just
decision.
it's
I mean, he knows that he will technically kind of beat you, I guess, and the mid is also coming with him.
yeah, his whole team was there.
Yeah. Okay, he got it with smite. Definitely in this. I mean, I know it's a lot of things to focus on, but definitely try to get the camps, of course. So you could have done like one auto on this camp and smited it, and he basically has like a very hard time on smiting you then,
Yeah.
because you have the control over when you want to do the auto attack. So yeah, definitely prioritize getting the camps in these kind of situations as well. Especially because you could have done both here, right? And now he's level 2. Yeah, so that makes the start really difficult.
Extremely difficult, yeah. And also his team was uh with him the whole time.
Jesus. Okay. Do you escape here? Oh yeah, okay, good usage of the passive. I mean, maybe it was actually a mistake. I think he could have hit the Q. Let's see.
The Q?
Yeah, like he could have hit his Q if he was a little
Oh
bit
yeah.
better. So yeah, I think like going for the passive proc here is definitely risky, you know. I think one more Q from him
Yeah, but
kills.
that's the only way.
Is it? I don't know if you can. I think you can just walk around here and you also live right now. You're kind of far away from him, and he's slowed. You know, he's just slowed.
He had Ghost.
Yeah, but it's gone. It's gone already. You can see. So definitely a small mistake, right? His ghost is running out before that, and you slow him. So you could have just ran under the tower here. See, now he doesn't have ghost anymore. He
Yeah,
wouldn't have
yeah.
been able to chase you.
I didn't see the.
Yeah. It's whatever. Like in these situations, you're obviously
Oh
not
yeah.
highly
Here I
concentrated.
got greedy. I wanted to clear.
Oh yeah. You need to know that you can't do that at this point. Not on level 1.
Yeah.
Definitely like very wasted time.
Yeah, I'm curious of your opinion. I wanted to clear the buff, so I get level 2, and then move to my red buff because the ward of him is already expired, and I didn't wanted him to take it.
No. You need now. This is such a long waste of time. No. You need to get, and also you want to get level 3. Like fuck it. If he takes it, he takes it. You know.
Mm.
It is what it is. But like you need to clear your jungle here. I think I would also go to the crab. Like
Yeah.
and now do you meet him here and die or what?
Yes.
See, like another reason why you shouldn't. And there's no now like this is a huge mistake. Definitely,
Mm.
you need to clear your jungle. And even if you would have gotten it here, then you would have to move like back and forth, and it's just such a you're already so behind, and then you know. You're putting yourself even more behind by not even just clearing your camps that you can't clear at this point.
Yeah.
And definitely always in these kind of situations always prioritize getting level 3. Like you're such a bad champ without level 3.
He ghosted.
That hurt. Okay, could you have killed him? Let's see. I think maybe you could have killed him.
Yeah, with the proc.
Like if you just EQ'd him better. Nah, actually. I don't know if you could have W'd. Maybe, but I don't know, maybe he outruns it. I mean, you couldn't really proc the passive because he slowed you. I don't know, if you cast like the W at max range here, maybe you slow him, but I don't think you catch him either then, because of Ghost. It's just very tilting.
Yeah, but I stayed cool and focused and
That's good.
was patient.
I think definitely just get back to clearing your jungle here.
Mm.
You're like...
Oh, here I thought he went back, but he actually didn't.
Oh, okay. Here I
I
think you fucked up
thought,
your passive
yeah,
proc. You could have
I
killed
thought,
him. I mean, that was
I,
actually good tracking. To be fair, I wouldn't have went for that.
yeah.
You wanted to just invade him, I guess. You didn't
Yeah,
even want to
because
track him.
it's free.
Yeah. But again, this is like something I see so much with people that they value invading so much. Especially in the early game. Don't invade, you know? Don't force these invades. Getting this Grump here gives you the same amount of gold that you will get from your camps, but it's actually way more worth to have your camps respawn at a faster time so you can farm them again. And also, it's so incredibly risky going here, you know? Like, it's so risky if you don't have full information of everything, and then if you get spotted here, then their laners will be able to move faster. Like, in this game set, you just need to prioritize farming your own jungle to actually get back into the game, kind of, you know?
Yeah.
Getting the Grump here is not great. If you get the whole side, it's fine, but it's like so risky at this point, and you're already quite behind. So, I mean, if you actually went here with the intention of tracking him and killing him, then that's great. But that's not like a reasonable play because he could have just based here. You really couldn't know if he actually would go for the Grump or not. So, yeah, but I think you kind of fucked up mechanically here by not, like, doing the EQ combo correctly. And also not using W, you know? Just use the W in his path and then you kill him as well, 100%, especially he's playing flashless. He doesn't have Ghost. Just place the W somewhere here and you kill him 10 out of 10 times. So, yeah, definitely just not using your abilities here. And I think you could have procced the passive, I don't know. How are you not able to proc the passive? I feel like you just need to do the auto attack faster. Maybe in that situation up here as well. Usually you can proc your passive right away if you do it like this. Like, you're not slowing him at all. It feels like.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Are you actually not slowing him? I want to see if his movement speed doesn't go down. It feels like he legit doesn't get slowed there.
375, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he for sure got slowed, but no, what?
No, why?
Bug or what? Does he not get slowed or something? The fuck? There must have been a bug then.
Wow.
It does slow, right? Like by 30%, but it really looks like... What the fuck?
He would have died there.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. What? That's so weird that he doesn't get slowed there. Did he also not get slowed in the other situation, maybe?
Yeah.
I mean, there at least he popped Ghost, so it was like kind of reasonable, but... that's so weird. I want to see the other situation as well really quick. That's very unlucky then.
Oh boy.
Okay, here I think he got slowed.
Yes,
But that's very unfortunate then. I don't know, I have never seen that actually. I think so. I don't know if there's any mechanic that Olaf has where he doesn't get slowed. Unless, of course, with his ult, but not before that, right?
Oh man.
Yeah, definitely would have killed him. That would have been nice, of course, if you kill him. I don't think he has anything.
So it was the right move to go in there?
No, it still wasn't, but it could have been good.
Yeah.
Someone was saying if Grump gives resistance, I don't think it does, right? Like, the camps don't give any kind of buffs, I think.
No.
Like, they used to a long time ago, but...
Yeah.
Or, like, after clearing the camp, do you get, like, a buff? No, he doesn't get any kind of buffs.
Yeah, that's straight up a
It's actually, like, bugged. Interesting. Oh, do you even die for it? Okay, yeah, so then it was obviously...
Yeah, but I could have procced the
Yeah, let's see if you could have...
And I could have just run away.
Yeah, let's see if you could have lived at least, though.
Yeah, 100%. He already would have been dead. And I would
No,
be
no, but
fast.
like if you could have lived now, I mean, after
Now?
this
No.
happened, I want to see. I mean, the big thing again is just really the W, of course, just missing. And
Yeah.
now is when you need to place it, right? You place it too late. You place it like now. And you need to place it as soon as you see the Cassandra running in here, because now it's just too late. You know, you don't hit him with it. If you place it right as he's running towards you here, then you could have gotten something. Also, as soon as you see the Cassandra, never mind. I mean, you're expecting the Olaf not to be here, but
Yeah.
yeah. Now for sure place a W. This is just too late. And of course, yeah, I mean, if the Cassandra plays well here, then you will go in the same direction, which it kind of does.
Yeah.
So yeah, at this point it's definitely difficult. You could maybe have dodged that Q, right, because you had the passive movement speed. I don't know if you, I don't even know if you live then though, in the end. Still, he's like, he has dashes and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, definitely go to the crab right away here, I think. Just check if it's up. And get baited into going bot here. Like, okay, let's see. Like, I think there's no way where you would ever go through the lane here if you want to help bot. If you want to help bot, you need to go through the river in situations like these. Because if you come through here, you're just chasing them down a lane, which you won't be able to, you know?
The moment I moved to the lane, Jinx was going through the lane to me.
Yeah, okay, but like, just go through the river to cut off their way, you know? You could have just went through here. You could, I think the blast plan is even up. I think even the blast plan should be up at this point, like here, so just go through here, you're gonna be here much faster and you can actually help them. For sure. Like, going through here is much longer time and no reason to. And you're not cutting off their way. I mean, I don't know if you... I guess the Aurelion gets him anyways, so it's not a big deal. And now the Olaf is here. I mean,
Yeah,
you can't really fight him. He's much stronger than you, of course. He has double your gold and he's an early champ anyways. Yeah, the big thing in general, though, I would say, what would have made a difference in is like the butterfly effect, I guess. The right decision would have been to just go here, because in general you want to clear from the grump upwards anyways here. So there's no reason not to check really quick if the crab is gone or not. And if you would have been here, you would have been bot earlier and would have been able to help there, right?
Yeah.
That's the thing. So all of this leading up, and they didn't even have vision. So doing the wolves here got punished pretty heavily. I mean, it didn't get punished in the way where you lost as much, but you didn't gain anything because of it. The Aurelion, of course, still got the kills, so it was okay, but you could have gotten some kills here as well. If you just would have prioritized the crab, and you should always prioritize the crab, right? It's like a contested area, and your jungle should usually be there for the taking, and now you lose it. You could have gotten it, right?
Yeah.
Olaf wasn't there, and now your pathing is also like, right? You talk about like sequencing is something you definitely think about, but now imagine how fucked up it's now. You cleared the wolves, you were gone for like 45 seconds or a minute or something, and now you cleared the grump, so it's really awkward. Yeah, and this kind of stuff also really messes up your CSing, of course, if you do it constantly.
I interrupted my sequence because I...
Yeah, in general that's fine, but you didn't even get anything for it, right?
Yeah.
So it was bad. And the way you interrupted it, like, first of all, you shouldn't have even have to interrupt it, because you should have just went for the crab, right, as I told you. Yeah. But even then, you also reacted wrong. You should have just went through the river. Always go through the river, unless the wave set is like even and you try to sneak in here, you know? There's a reason the river is the standard gank path. It's just because you're cutting off their way, you know? You're going from here, you're cutting off their way. If you go through here, you're basically like a laner, and they can just choose to run away. Unless, of course, you have like Rocket Belt and that kind of stuff already, but you don't have that in the early. So, yeah. In general, you should look... I mean, you have like fucking 20 farm at 8 minutes. That's like 2.5 CS per minute. Of course, you have some farm sitting here still, but it's very low. You could actually look for Herald here. Is that what you're doing?
I did, yeah.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, so many times you can just sneak it. I mean, you're not really in a position where you should be allowed to take it, but... they just don't realize it, and it's like so many times where this happens. How much gold do you have? I think at this point you should just look to recall. Maybe get the red and recall.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Yeah, because you don't really want to go to your top set.
Mm.
So yeah, this is fine. No, I think now you should recall. Definitely a good timing
Oh,
to recall because you have a good amount of gold to spend. This back. Let me restart really quick. To see that.
that was
Yeah,
fine.
but you had like a good amount of gold to spend there. And you want to just clear the camps. First of all, you will clear them faster with more items, of course.
Mm.
But also you want to just stay on the map with those items. So just clear the camps and then you're able to stay on the map, maybe gank somewhere. I think we're around here. Yeah. So taking the red here is fine. Like the optimal play is just take the red here, then you have it to play the game a bit with it, and then just recall. You have like a blasting wand and another Amptom, I guess, and then just go and clear this jungle. Maybe, I think you should even look to contest the crab, maybe. Although probably not, because the Kissant is completely pushed up and all of us much stronger than you. But yeah, if you're greedy, you don't have smite either, so yeah, definitely don't contest it here. But if you would have smite up, maybe you could look to steal it away as well. Like at this point, it's definitely stealing because you're a bit behind. Yeah, this is very inefficient clearing this jungle here. I guess you're looking to gank mid now.
Yeah.
Which is fine, I would say, yeah. If you get that, it's of course good. Yeah, okay, that's fine. I mean, you only got a 75 gold assist. I think at this point you might... It's not even a bad situation to... well, I guess the Olaf is here and the Aurelian is really low. Yeah, but definitely take a base at some point, you know? Because now, at this point, you're so weak that you're not really able to help anyone if something happens here, you know? If you would take a base and then clear it, and then you can react and you can interrupt your jungle clearing because you can actually help, but like this, you can't really help. I mean, this is cool, but it doesn't really give you anything. It actually kind of lost you something because you, again, interrupted your pathing. And you really, all this time you had to just take a base. Especially when you're behind. The more ahead you are, the longer you can stay on the map with a lot of gold, but the more behind you are, as in, like in this situation, you just need to take the base to finally start being... Like, this guy has had the Tiamat the whole time. It's like a 1.2k gold item. And his boots completed. Like, for the last 5 minutes he's been on the map, and you, meanwhile, are with these items, and you haven't even... Well, like, you haven't even spent the gold you have. It's just... You're very weak, and you can't really... you can't really match any ganks and whatever. And now this, again, you're fucking up your pathing for no reason, either. Like, all this time, just going base here would have automatically made you path better. Because you would have probably made the right decisions. Yeah, now you're like getting baited into going bot or something. Yeah, like the big mistake for the past 2 minutes has just been not going base.
I think I go base now, yeah.
Yeah, like how much gold do you have? You have 2.2k, it's like so much. Can you even afford the rocket belt with that? No, you can't. That's horrible, you know?
Yeah.
It's like at 12 minutes is already late for rocket belt. You can often, like, if you play efficiently, you usually build it at like 11 minutes or earlier even. And now you're in base at 12 minutes and you don't even have it completed, so it means like you won't have it for the next space, which will be maybe in like 5 minutes, so that's like a really late rocket belt then. And you can even see you start getting kills after that, or only, right? That's also why you just need the rocket belt so often to get kills.
Yeah.
Here, I guess, I don't know what your plan is. I guess you want to place the Herald, which is good.
Yeah, because my Herald is...
Yeah, it's good, Yeah, that's the right thing to do. Also because of the platings, of course, they're falling. Yeah, it's completely uncontested. I don't even know what they're doing. You actually got quite a lot here. Yeah, you were behind 1.5k gold. Now you're only behind 500 gold. I think actually this is not even a bad time to just go base again to complete the rocket belt, so the timing is not super horrible, you know.
Mm.
And they got the Drake anyways. You don't even have anywhere to be really. You can't gank top. So yeah, just take this, go base, go to your top side, path down, would be what I would do in this situation for sure. You really want to finish off the rocket belt, even though of course you don't have too much gold to spend, it's just such a huge power spike.
I think I even go back or
I
ganks?
guess you kill him probably because your alarm's also moving, which is fine.
Look how strong he is.
Yeah. Okay, but why are you flashing instead of ulting? You know?
Oh yeah, I could have ulted, yeah.
Yeah, like, first of all, you want to ult here anyways because it's gonna heal you. Like, you want to ult as early as possible for healing as much as possible. Like, you were like almost full HP if you just ult. When instead you flash and now you're on 1 HP, you can't even play the game.
Yeah.
Like, that was such a bad decision. You could have just killed him actually if you ult, you know?
I think after the red I go back.
Yeah, you have like boots and rocket belt completed
Okay,
here.
I also cleared the bot side.
That's fine, I would say. Also now you can definitely look if you can maybe lane gank here or something or dive. But of course now without the rocket belt probably not. You should just again like your base ports here in this game are definitely problematic for sure. Like you could have come back much better in this game I think if you had better base ports. Imagine if you had rocket belt here, you know.
Yeah, but it went well.
Yeah, you still kill him I guess, but you would have killed them right away.
Can you scroll back a bit? I always, or maybe 90%, fuck up the E over the wall here.
Okay, you just need to do it like here. It's not very difficult. Just practice it, you know. I mean, what can I tell you? Yeah, it's like here is the easy. I think here it's too thick oftentimes, but here it's like very thin. You can usually do it, and here this looks thicker, but you can also do like around here.
Yeah.
And it usually works. Like if you feel like you fuck it up, oftentimes you miss out on kills. Then just practice it, you know. This one you also. I mean, this is very easy. You shouldn't.
That's easy.
Yeah, I sometimes fail from this side because you definitely need to stand here, but still, like these ones are not very difficult if you struggle with them. They're definitely useful, so just practice them. I think the only really difficult one is here. You can actually E over this wall, but it's not that useful, you know, because most of the time you can just E over here or here, and then you will also reach people that are standing here. So this is like super niche. Not worth practicing in my opinion. And also these ones are kind of good, right? Oftentimes this one, especially for stealing Nash sometimes. And then this one for like if people are fighting here. Happens quite a lot.
I think I fuck up the dash over the wall in this game for the Baron pit.
I think definitely prioritize the Aphelios here. And no need to ult after he's dead, right?
Yeah.
And you're like still on half HP. And I know sometimes I also do these kind of ults, but it's usually definitely on lower HP than half. Like half HP is very healthy here to just waste it. But yeah, just E on the Aphelios. They're basically in the same range. You slowed them both. And he's also one shot, you know. He's like.
I have no vision on Aphelios.
No.
No. He's in the brush, and that's not our ward.
Okay.
The only target I have is Lulu. Because
yeah. Okay, but you can still just walk in. I mean, okay, you would have been polymorphed, so it would have been a little bit annoying. Of course, in the end you got them both, so it's not a huge deal. But in general, definitely, you know that Aphelios is there, right? So
yeah.
So yeah, you could just walk like one more step in there and then maybe E. But in this situation, it's kind of understandable, of course, that you just E on the Lulu. And dude, like you have 3.5k. I think that's the reason you lost the game, by the way. You just didn't snowball the game the way you could have. At this point, it's so winnable. You're just not spending your gold, you know. And in these situations where you're not, unless you're really ahead, you should never stay on the map with this much gold. That's like a huge mistake. It really is. Like now you're actually really strong. Like now you're doing completely fine. But I think actually also I would have probably bought Mercs here instead of Lich. I mean, Lichbane is definitely nice, but and also I don't know if maybe Nashus is better here.
They have 3 targets I want to kill, right?
Nashus is more about if you're gonna auto attack a lot, and I think you can auto attack a lot in this game. I think Nashus is probably better here. Also, because you're quite strong and your Jinx is not that strong, so you'll need some. I mean, you also have Aurelion. Yeah, probably though. It's like you don't need the Lich Bane so much to get into their range and that kind of stuff, you know.
mm,
So
but
I
I
think
thought,
Nash is better here.
okay, I thought maybe I need the burst damage because I will get
You
polymorph.
can't really burst anyone down. Like, you will get polymorphed no matter what, but it only lasts for a certain amount of time, and after that you can auto attack, you know.
Mm,
It's never horrible after the buffs. I would say Lich Bane and Natchez, you can always build whichever one you want, but I would personally probably build the Natchez here. And especially someone like Lux, you know, if you're on her, you might think that it's better to have a Lich Bane against her, but I think especially against mages and whatever, Natchez is better because as soon as you're on them, they're just dead if you have Natchez, you know? You don't need to burst them as much. I think Lich Bane is better against champs like Yi and whatever who have a lot of DPS where you don't want to stay close to them. But champions you actually want to stay close to, like a Lux or whatever, you can buy the Nashers easily. And it's often good value. Yeah, I was about to say there's a really good ult here. It's crazy how little they played around that. But
yeah.
definitely good that you saw that. Okay. What? You want the Dark Harvest stacks or what?
Yeah,
I think that's
yeah,
definitely
really
very
love
greedy.
You think so? Because they have
Yeah.
nothing left. They literally can't reach
But
me.
you could have also just queued, you know? That's the big thing, to be honest. You could have just queued. It's like your queue is up in like 1 second and it's like a 5 second cooldown instead of a 45-second cooldown. And also the rocket belt actually gives you kill pressure if you have it up, you know, because you can do like the fast combo then.
Oh yeah, I see what you mean, yeah.
Yeah, there's no reason. You can just walk in range and queue here. You really don't need to use your rocket belt for getting the proc there. See, now you're kind of missing it. Imagine you had it up here, I think. Yeah, if you had... Okay, if this situation happens, you have the rocket belt up, you just... W-E rocket belt, he's dead. Does that happen?
Yeah.
No. See, like
Yeah,
now...
you will die. You will die.
I mean, he will die, but it's like super close here, you know? And that's good the way you play it in general, but still, just imagine you hadn't wasted your rocket belt. I mean, maybe they would have played differently, but probably not the way they're playing. Again, definitely need to base here after the crux. I hope you do that.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay, that's good. Yeah, I think Merc's definitely the right choice against Lulu, right? Like point to click CC. It's sad that you can't buy the Mages, but at the same time you don't have flash either, so it's not the best time to buy Mages anyways.
I really don't like buying mages.
Okay, I think you should definitely start buying Mages. Because it's like, it's gonna make you a better player, you know?
Yeah, I know what you mean, but I think I'm cursed or something.
No,
Even
everyone
if I
says that.
make
It's just
good
mental.
games.
Of course, no, it's you know what it is actually? It's like the lizard brain. You just remember the times more where you died with it, you know?
Yeah.
Because all the times where you just had it and you stacked it up well and whatever, you just don't remember that as much. It's really that. It's such a good item. It's probably no other champ other than like Ekko is probably the best Magi's user. He's literally the Magi's king. It is disrespectful not to buy Magi's on Ekko if you have 10 stacks.
Okay.
So, and you have a 700 gold shot and you're so strong here. And in this game especially, you need to just like you need to realize that you're the carry, right? The game is on your shoulders, so another reason to buy Magi's. Like I often buy Magi's in these kind of games because I know that I will have to carry and it's gonna enable me to carry even harder. Of course, if you die once, then sure, game is over, but it's also over if you don't have the Magi's. And at least if you have the Magi's, you might be able to get to a point where you're so strong that you can actually carry the game. And in this game, they're not like... They really threw their lead so hard. I mean, they're still ahead on a golden, they are still... They only need one more Drake, but... It's like... You need to realize that the only way you're gonna win the game is by actually hard carrying, and the best way to do that is with Magi's. I think if you say that you don't like building, you really need to start doing it then, right? Like you're telling me you're not doing it often. I think Ekko is really a champ where it has such good usage, and it's so easy not to die on Ekko if you just make the right decisions. That it might also make you a better player because you might start making better decisions because you die too often.
Okay, I'll try Magi.
Because it obviously feels much worse. But this is definitely a situation where you should look to buy Madras.
Yeah,
Like,
those situations I almost have in every game, but I never buy.
then yeah, and see, imagine maybe you would have won some of those games if you just bought the Madras. It's not just the damage, it's also the movement speed, right? Movement speed feels very good, and it enables you to get more kills. It enables you to farm faster because you walk around the map faster, and it all adds up, you know.
Yeah. At some point in this game, I start throwing so hard.
Yeah, you threw again by not basing, by the way. I mean, you still deal a lot of damage already, but imagine you just... Yeah, you had to base... Okay, like, I didn't even look, but it's such an important base because the Drake is coming up. You need to spend your gold before the objective. You have such a good buy. You buy Madras, you buy Needlessly Large Rod, and then you fight the objective, you win, and you legit win the game. Like, I can tell you, if this was me in this situation, the game is won. With this buy that you have here.
Yeah.
Because you have, especially before objective fights where you know that you're gonna fight, and it's just gonna make the win so much better, you know? The team fight win, if you do win, having the Madras. And if you lose, then you lose soul, you probably lost the game no matter what, you know? And like, staying on the map here is such a troll. Again, like, this game is, I don't know if this happens regularly, it must happen regularly, because it happens so many times this game alone. But like, definitely, like, your base ports need to be much better. Like, you stay on the map way too long in this game. Way too long. And in like 3 situations where it really mattered. I mean, you were still able to get kills, right? But you did lose the game in the end, so...
Yeah, here it starts to crumble. I think Aphelios gets here 4 kills, 4 drag kills.
Oh, you don't have ult. Yeah, you can't go for plays like this without ult.
Yeah, but I thought I would...
Where did you ult?
I killed Lux with the ult.
Ah, yeah, right. Ult back here in a second. Yeah, like, big thing really is just, again, the base, as I said like 20 times already, of course, but
Yeah.
I just want you to understand, it's so important. And it's such an easy fix as well, right? Just see you have like 2k gold, and especially before objectives. Like, before objectives, you really need to base. You need to spend your gold, you know? At this point, you're weaker than the Olaf gold-wise, because he has spent his gold, and you don't, you know?
Yeah.
And then for no reason as well. You didn't even get anything here when you stopped your base. You were about to base, but then you just stopped. I think a huge mistake to just... I mean, in general, going for that is a huge mistake, but I think you could have just one-shotted Lulu really quick. And then at least she can't polymorph you, maybe. Like, I think you could have just straight up one-shot her here at this point.
Lulu?
Yeah. Also W. I think you... Did you W even? No. Again, why the fuck are you using your W, you know? Just use it. If you go for play... You always want to use your W no matter what, you know? But especially if you don't have ult, because you need some kind of defensive ability. The green smite doesn't cut it, you know? You need some more defensive, and you would live there so easily if you just used your W. This was, yeah, I mean, you said you were trolling, but you really were trolling hard. And the biggest troll is just not using your W. He looked juicy, he looked really low HP, but...
I literally thought I could one-shot him with my E.
Yeah, but you didn't play around the abilities in the game, you know? You didn't play around the fact that there was a Lulu next to him that could save him. Which is exactly what happened. And of course you didn't even play around your own abilities, like your W and whatever, you didn't even use them. So, yeah, I mean, this is probably where the game just went downhill, right? What did you buy?
Yeah.
Of course, at this point you don't buy Madras anymore, but yeah. Of course, it all adds up, but decision making definitely... Like, even with not going base, you probably could have still won the game there. And that decision just really lost it, and then you died again. Probably kind of over. You definitely need to go to the Nash here, right? Like,
here I fucked up my dash over the wall.
No, yeah, but also just the decision to go to your bot set jungle when you know that they're moving to Nash is definitely wrong, right? Definitely be there, and Ekko is so good at stealing. This is even kind of trolled by them. They're not even zoning you away or anything. You could have stolen this so easily. How did you fuck
I
up
missed the
the wall?
opportunity because I couldn't dash over the wall. That was really dumb.
You just dash over here, they're not even zoning you.
Yeah, I wanted to. It was so easy to steal.
Yeah, that was very easy to steal.
Uh,
Lucky. Yeah, this game definitely hurts to lose, I'm gonna be honest. I mean, there were so many ways to win. Like, you were kind of winning up until the point where you died to the Aphelios.
yeah.
You're in control, you just were... It was impatience, right? It really was impatience.
Yeah, that's what I was saying before.
Yeah, like this is just impatience. There's no reason to do this. Your team is winning so hard here. Like, just play with your team here, and then they can't do shit. And you just decide to go into the 1v2 when you're overall in like a 5v4 here.
Yeah.
You just
I could have
decide to go into a 1v2 for no reason.
Uh, I think I just lost the oversight there and focused on the carry.
Right. But it's good that you take accountability, I guess, because a lot of people might say, right, like, oh, you had good stats here, it's not your fault. But it definitely, like, it was your
Yeah, like I said,
it was your job to carry this, and you could have
Yeah.
carried this. It might not look like you were the problem, but you definitely made like very big wrong decisions, and that's just the role you pick with Ekko, right? It's big, like, deaths matter a lot on this champ, and if you die, then you make mistakes usually.
Yeah, and that's straight up a loss now.
Yeah, at this point.
There's nothing to do.
And you just still killed them, I guess, kind of.
Yes, but still the
Yeah,
other
yeah,
guys-
2 inhibs open. They have soul as well, of course, now. And they're 10k gold ahead.
Yeah. I thought maybe we can stall for the Elder,
Yeah,
I
that's
can-
obviously always a possibility.
but they didn't even wait so much.
Yeah, and Kesante, of course, Kesante is also a really good scaling champ, and he's like on a 700 gold shutdown here, so
Yeah.
definitely a rough one. And
Yeah.
you have to ult here. There's no reason to use the rocket ball to get in range here. I don't think you need to ult, you know, she doesn't straight up one-shot you.
Mm.
Especially, like, you have Merc, so this ult is really wasted. And now it's so much harder to play the game. Of course, at this point, you maybe... I mean, you still try your hardest, right? So, yeah, definitely ulting there is a pretty big mistake, because now it's so much harder for you to engage on there. But yeah, look, like, this Lux doesn't even deal damage to you, because she's so weak, and you have Mercs. There, Felius cleans it up. Okay. But it was definitely, like, this game is one where you 100% can learn from so much. Like, the big thing really the base port. Like, if you find yourself doing that more, or like frequently, then really just... I would say as a guideline, just if you have 2k gold, you definitely need to go base. And usually at like around 1.2k or something, it's often worth. Like 1.25, I would even say. The where you can buy like a Blasting Tome or Amp Tome together, or you buy like a Needlessly Large Rod, is oftentimes worth. Of course, there's always going to be variables to it and whatever, but... And especially before objectives, you really need to go base. Yeah. Do you have like any more questions, maybe?
No, I think we cleared everything out.
Yeah. Okay. So definitely start focusing on the base porting. Like, be more efficient with that. I guess farming was also something. I sometimes felt like I had to tell you when you should go for farm, and of course your farm numbers are not that high in some games. So, and also in that game we watched, like in the end here, you had very weird pathing decisions sometimes, right? Generally, you should start clearing from the outside, you know?
Yeah, outside, and because
Yeah, because then you go to
I-
the other side. Of
yeah,
course.
I was avoiding to face Olaf there because
Okay.
I didn't match him in any case.
Yeah. Okay. Still, yeah, and also prioritize crabs, right? In that game, you also...
Yeah,
but if there's a crab and you don't know if it's cleared, and it's not super unlikely that it's not cleared, then just go there, check it really quick, and you'll be close to your. I mean, at least on the Grump side, right? At least on Grump side, you're close to Grump. On the other side, it's a bit more of a commitment to check for it if you want to start clearing from the Crux. But yeah, definitely just value it more as like because it's neutral territory basically, and your jungle is like friendly territory, so
Yeah.
it's always gonna be there unless you get invaded, of course. So yeah. Okay, so if you don't have any more questions, I guess you can always, of course, message me on Discord if any questions come up.
Uh-huh.
But I'm just gonna stop the recording then.